How's it going today, guys? As you can see, we're all but one block short. And I just so happen to have it right here. So now, it's finally done. We can finally start making some steel. Now, we need 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. Put this in here. Actually, let's take half of it. Throw it over here. Now it's going to take a while for this to run. Because not only is this thing slow as hell to get built, it's slow as hell to actually use. But there is one thing I want to do. Make us some bricks. Stop the freeze job. Alright. Now, this bad boy has to have an opening. But I don't want to be falling in this bad boy. So we're going to give it a bit of a chimney job here. And what really is kind of funny is when this thing's actually running, there'll be lava down in the bottom of it. And I've actually turned it on, and there had been a creeper that had fallen inside of it. And you could hear him burning in there. There we go. Hear the lava? That happened a lot back in 1.6.4. There's our smoke. And there's the lava. I like the fact it actually puts out smoke. It's kind of cool. I'll probably build a little bit taller of a chimney on this. Because even after I build my industrial blast furnace, the IBF, I usually keep this around just to make steel, use my IBF for aluminum and silicon and stuff like that. There's usually once I get, going through the low voltage tier of things, I'll need a lot of steel to get through that. Went down mining at bedrock, found 2 diamond. Couldn't get a daggone regular diamond though. Had to get the 2 worst ones, which I can't do a daggone thing with, which rather sucks, because the first machine we're going to make is a macerator. But I gotta get diamonds before I can make a macerator. Here is my bucket. Well, you know what? Before I do that, I also have this little recipe we're gonna do. Nothing better than an iron furnace, right? You know how long it's been since I actually used one of them? that's not what we're making. We're making an evaporator. And then we need to make some copper pipes. Small ones will work. I was talking to Axel, guy that runs our Gregtech 6 server, because he's messed around with IHL and I never have, and asked him how to get the rubber out of this, and he said that our way of doing it is to pipe it out. He said any fluid pipe will work. It comes out in sap, and it should start filling this, I do believe, and then we put charcoal in here, and that will clean it to resin. We're actually going to get sap. See, it says rubber tree sap 359 millibuckets. So we're going to let this fill up a bit. We actually have another spot right there. So if we dig around this a little bit, we can put another bag there, but then we'll have to take the pipe. I don't know if you can pipe out of the side of these. If we can, we could just put it there and run it over there, except this is the front of our machine. But we're probably going to cut a little more of this out of here and see if we can get some dirt around here too. And we're probably going to put a few more trees, but right now we're just worried about getting a little bit of passive rubber flowing in there. We don't need a whole shit ton of rubber right now. We just need a little bit to make our first machines here. And we almost have our first steel. Come on, give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby. Woohoo! We have steel. Let's see what these achievements look like. I haven't messed with these achievements much at all. Need to start on our IC2 crops a little bit too. Okay, so we got that one. We got our steel, which now we can make magnetic iron. Next thing it wants is aluminum, which is not going to happen for quite a while. Cheaper than a macerator. Craft an LV forge hammer. Well, no, sorry about that. We already have a forge hammer. We're not going to make a electric one at the moment. High pressure boiler. Probably not going to get that one either. Normally what I do, once I get into the steel age, is I will start making lava boilers and bringing up lava from downstairs, and then either making a liquid fueled firebox to make steam out of my creosote, or making a semi-fluid generator, but I don't believe we have any of them in Gregtech 5. We had them in 4. You can burn it in the bronze boiler, but unless you get a tree farm and stuff like that, it is outrageous how hard it is to keep that thing moving. And for some reason, there's no recipe for the electric evaporator for my HL. I have no idea why. So, next thing we need to do is we need to go and find some diamonds so we can make us a macerator. Let's see, we need a macerator. Okay, we can't make this one. It's deactivated. Steam macerator needs 2 diamonds. Basic macerator only needs 1. Now, these are a pain in the ass. These aren't a problem whatsoever. Oh, this is the updated to 5.09 Gregtech 5U. So we no longer need rubber to make our tin cables. We now need string and black carpet and tin wire. So that's going to be different to do. A lot easier to do, but different. This thing is expensive. We got to make steel rods, which the only way to make those right now is this. This is useless because a long rod is made with 2 short rods. And we don't have any of the machines. Injection molding, I don't believe we can do because it takes molten fluid. And we got to get a fluid extractor for that. So we're going to have to do the file with steel, and that'll get us our 1 rod. And we need 2 of those. We're going to need 3 plates, small gear, which is another plate, which luckily we have our rolling machine up there, so that'll just be 4 plates. So 4 ingots. And then this is where we're going to need our magnetic iron rod, 2 iron rods, and then we're going to need 4 copper wire, 2 more tin wire. Now, to make this, we need this recipe here. So we're going to need an iron rod and 4 redstone. Now, this recipe here needs to go. This, I do believe, is a magnetic craft recipe because IHL uses this recipe, I do believe. So we need to figure out how to get rid of this recipe. I know how to mind tweak to remove a recipe, but I do believe it'll remove both of these. Actually, all three of these. And then I'd have to put this one and the other one back in. I think. I'm not sure. But we're not making this one because it's not the Gregtech way of doing it. So we're going to do it this way. So we're going to need 3 iron ingots. Go ahead and get started on that. And get some of these parts out of the way that we're going to need to drop this thing down in the floor a little bit, but this works. And by the way, it's not intended to do the stack at a time, and water's pretty much a free resource, so to me it doesn't make sense to exploit the ability to drop a whole stack in there. And I've been playing with Gregtech 6 for so long, I'm used to standing here hand washing these damn things. Alright, where did I put my file? There's my file. There's my iron rods. And dun, 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 3 of them. And we need 1 of these. There's our first magnetic rod. Now we definitely want to get this recipe in here because we will make an ass ton of these motors. Okay, now the copper wires should just be a copper plate and a pair of cutters. Wire cutters or tin snips. Tin snips, we need an iron workbench, a file, a hammer, hot tiny steel bar, a steel spring, a bronze hand drill, a saw, and a steel hardened drill. I was talking to Axel earlier about this, and I understand where making things a little more difficult is and realistic is interesting, but it really seems like the dude making IHL is going out of his way to make this really difficult. Now, this is the recipe we're actually going to use. So, we're probably going to make wrought iron because that's the most abundant resource we have right now. So, we're going to need 1, 2, 3. Actually, you know what? If we make the first set out of just regular iron, we can save on our iron, and we can actually make this recipe of cutters. That'll get us through, hopefully, until we can get a wire mill. I think the other ones might last longer. This one has 60 uses. See if we can find the iron ones. Doot, 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 doot. Tungsten carbide. Wow. Those things have radioactivity 4 on them. They would kill you just to use them. Silicon. Vanadium steel. NASDAQ. What the hell? Epoxide? What the hell is epoxide? How you make this shit? Just looking to see if it's a alloy of some kind. There's a dust. How the hell would one go about getting it, though? I have no idea what that shit is. But I'll decide what cutters I'm going to make. They're either going to be iron or wrought iron. I could do steel, but hell, I might just do that. It's just going to cost me some time and some charcoal. Steel will be a lot more durable than iron or wrought iron. And I can use the rolling machine to make the plates. So I think I might just do that. Just might make steel ones. Alright, so we need to get our cutters made. I need to get some more copper plates made. I'm going to have to go get some more copper, but luckily, when I was down doing my mining, I found a chalcopyrite vein. I'm going to need 4 of these. That'll give me 4 copper. Which unfortunately we have to make plates, because this thing has to have 4 at a time. So there's our 4 copper plates. Go ahead and sit that there for now. And I only got 3 steel. Another on its way, then we can make the steel plates. And then we need 2 steel rods, a steel screw, and we're going to need a screwdriver. And a screwdriver, I do believe, is 2 rods. Ah, crap. Yeah, 2 rods, stick, file, and hammer. So we need 2 ingots of something. We only have 1 bismuth bronze left. I don't want to use that. So we got a bunch of this. Let's use it. And just in case anybody's wondering, most of the Magneticraft stuff needs tungsten to make carbide, or I actually made a recipe. I went on the internet and looked up carbide. Let's see if we can find carbon. I don't see it in there. A carbon fiber canoe. Carbide block. Carbide. See, this is the regular Magneticraft, and you need tungsten around, surrounded by coal. That'll give you 8 of them. But I made this recipe, which is carbon around iron, and iron is a option for making carbide, but it's not as good of an option as tungsten. That's why it's 3 to 6 instead of 1 to 8. Now, I'm not sure if I should have this like 3 carbide ingots or not, but this is used to make the machine housing. The machine housing is used to make just about all the machines. And the carbide is also used to make the kinetic generator, wind turbine, thermopile, geothermal pump, the grinder, all this stuff. So you really can't do a whole lot without having either carbon dust, which you can't get carbon dust until we get an electrolyzer, or tungsten, which tungsten takes a high voltage, I do believe, blast furnace. So we got to make a low voltage, medium voltage, then get to high voltage. Alright, there's our screwdriver. Put it on the wall over here. Yeah, I know you're going crazy on me up there. Here. Give the rolling machine some power. We'll go ahead and make our steel plates, and then we're going to have one extra steel plate because we can't cook it down. To make an ingot, I don't believe. Now we're just going to need 3 more steel out of here, and we can make our cutters. We're going to need 2. How many tin wires are we going to need altogether? Let's see. We need 3 there. 2 there. That's 5. And then this actually has another one. So that'll be 7, 8, 9. So we're going to need 9 tin plates. This is going to need a bunch of copper wires. We can't do that. I thought these were disabled. But apparently not. And then we got to make these 2. So we're going to need, what did I say, 9, 10, 11. Wait a minute. Don't we need 2 circuits? So 12 and 13. And then we're going to need 2 for this. So we're going to need 15 tin plates. Yeah. Shut off. Alright. So hold on to that for now. And let's see if I'm right. Oh, no, we can smelt it down. So we'll just pop that on in there. And that'll give us an ingot back. Now we'll get our saw, our file. We need that and that. Make us a rod. Then we need that to make us 2 bolts. And then our file again, which will make us a screw. So now we got, I'm going to take this out of here for now. And we'll put it over here. And that's what we need. And we got our 3 tools and our 2 sticks or rods. So 2 more steel. We'll have enough to make our cutters. And then we can start on all these wires. Let's see. I think I said like 15. So let's do 8 ore. in the grinder. And that'll grind us up and make us some tin. We can get our tin plates made. We're going to need a bunch of copper for this because it's 2, 4, 6, 8 copper for the 2 motors. And then 3, 6, 12 for the main wires for the 2 circuits. So that's 20 copper. And then we have those red alloy wires, which is going to need, we're going to need 1, 2 times 4. That'll be another 8. So 20 plus 8 will be 28. So I'm definitely going to have to go and get more copper. I definitely do not have enough. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and leave you guys here. Get a little bit more steel made up. Go dig out some of that chalcopyrite vein. Get me some copper. Get all these tin plates and copper plates made, which I do believe I can do tin plates in here as well. Wait a minute. Why in the hell does their recipe for tin plates take iron and tin? That's just a little goofy. And then it makes tin alloy for all the stuff. Well, that just kind of stinks. Because that means that we actually have to hammer all of our tin into plates. So we're going to need twice as much tin. So I guess I will make some more tin. And I'll get back with you. I might actually get 2 of these out tonight. Depends on how I'm feeling. It's another hot one today. But I might be able to get another one out today. So I'll work on this. I'll go ahead and get my 2 rods made, get the cutters ready to be made, get the tin, get the copper. We can go ahead and get the cutters made, the 2 motors we're going to need, which I'm going to have to make another magnetic iron rod because I only made enough for 1 motor. And I need 2. So I might as well get this made now so I don't forget. go through a lot of redstone in the beginning of this, because each one of these red alloy wires takes 4 redstone to make, and it takes 2 ingots to make a plate, which, by the way, always do it this way. Okay, why does it have... You can't make a forge hammer. Why can you use this hammer? It's not like it really matters because we can't make that. Why does it work like a forge hammer? And anyways, always use this, because trying to do it in this thing takes so much freaking power, it's ridiculous. Let's see if I can find the power for this. Dun, 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 dun. So unpack a metal bender, cutting extruder, hammer. Takes 7,008 EU and 21 seconds. Now, if you look at, let's find any other ingot in here. 1360. 4 seconds. See the difference there? It's almost 7 times as expensive. 867 for iron ingots. 2 seconds. And red alloy is just frickin' copper. I have no idea what that stuff is. Fe, that's iron. 50 CW, 5 CRMO2V, 6 CO MNSI. The SI is silicon. CO, it's not carbon. Carbon is just C. Not sure what that one is either. Man, that is one weird ingot. Arsenic. But yeah, that stuff is crazy expensive in one of these. And whatever it takes in EU is, you know, equivalent in the steam machine. If it takes 7 times the amount to make it with electricity, it's going to take 7 times the amount of steam. So it's a bit frickin' nuts if you ask me. But anyways, like I said, I'm going to get off here. Get some of this tedious crap done. And I'll get back with you guys when I got a little bit more progress done. I'm sure you guys don't want to sit here for 3 hours and watch iron cook into steel, which is pretty much what I'm going to be doing. Well, not watching it, I'm going to be getting other crap done and letting it do its thing. So, take it easy. I'll see you guys later.